I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
With my boy Alfred on MrTaliaferro.com.
MrTaliaferro.com.
Like right now, I'm about to go to Walmart.
Just to see you with your logo on your mics.
You're rocking with MrTaliaferro.com.
Y'all go to MrTaliaferro.com. It's going down.
My biggest gift is my voice. It allows me to speak to the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.
Listen, we got a lot of problems in this country. And when we sing the Pledge of Allegiance and we talk about how great our country is, we're free. There's a lot of components of our country that just don't make sense to me. And I'll say this. There's a lot of people who don't want to take blame in a lot of the events that have transpired, and not just in the past week, but throughout time in our country, the racism that exists, the poverty that exists, the broken system that exists. And there's a lot of people that don't want to take blame and feel as though they have nothing and they've not negatively contributed to this. But look, two things. There was a window, and I used to tweet about this a lot, and I used to talk about this a lot. There was a window. If you were not a minority in this country, there was a window for you. The last couple of years, the Black Lives Matter campaign started, and there was a window for a lot of people who don't deal with racism to speak up and say, yes, racism exists. That's wrong. For police officers as well. Look, I see what you're saying. This police officer did a bad thing. Rosenberg from Hot 97 spoke on this earlier throughout the week. Can you at least admit that you did a bad thing? That's not happening with a lot of police officers on our side. They won't admit that they did wrong. And I get it. It's a code. I get it. And we don't, as a normal person, I don't understand how hard it is to be a cop from day to day. But that's what training's for. And you can't, if I make a mistake on my job, I'll get fired. So, you got to be able to admit if somebody's dead who didn't have a weapon, there was a mistake made. Even if they have a weapon, what happened to shooting in the arm? Getting rid of the weapon. And I get that looks easier on TV than it does in real life. I get it. 6 shots, though, into a man on the ground. 4 shots into a man's arm. It seems crazy to me. You're shooting to kill, not shooting to dislodge the weapon. But there was a window for people to stand up and speak on all this and say, hey, we have a part in this too. The system's broken. But that didn't happen. And I want to put something out there. These movies, African Americans, the movie industry, and I know I'm kind of jumping, but stay with me here. The movie industry, right, barely have African American influence in it right now. Struggling to get in. You hear any African American actor say, look, I need y'all to, go out, watch this movie, not just for me and me financially, but I need you to go out and watch this movie because we don't get many shots. Meaning if this could be my last shot in Hollywood, you're talking about the Gabrielle Unions of the world, the Taraji P. Hensons of the world. Still speak to this. Go watch interviews. It's all there. The Morris Chestnuts of the world. Still need people to go out and watch the films because they don't get those shots. Even though these are some of our top premier actors, they don't get those shots like that. And God bless Taraji P. for getting that Empire role. It's huge. Gives us ability. Gabrielle with the Mary Jane role gives them some stability. But we don't get the big roles. We don't get a lot of shots in Hollywood from producing, directing on down. So I want you to think about this. These movies, the Purges of the world, which I don't understand how we allow this on TV. The movie literally is a week or a weekend. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a period, 72 hours, I believe, of allowing everybody to kill whoever they want. It's a free-for-all killing spree. I watched The Purge last year. I'm a victim, too. I'm including self in this. I haven't seen the new one that just came out, but I'm talking about the past. I'm talking about just period. I'm a victim, too. There's a movie, The Purge, that literally, it literally really provokes and it literally pretty much advocates for violence. Go out and kill people in our country. Go out and kill. You got 72 hours to kill. You think these thoughts aren't in people's heads? These negative thoughts for the guys that are going out on killing sprees. When you see the guy go out and try to kill cops, he injured 11 cops, killed 5, I believe. It's the last time I checked the number. When you see this guy come into a church, kill 9 African Americans in a church, you don't believe that some of the things that people are seeing on movies is impacted them, their mind, their mental state. Another example, Criminal Minds. Popular show, I watch it my damn self. Criminal Minds, right? You mean to tell me you don't believe that some of the things that these people see on these shows are not negatively impacting them? When you go see a guy sit down next to church people, pray with you, talk to you, then go kill 9 church people, shoot up an entire church. When you see a guy go kill cops, wake up in the morning and say, I'm tired of this. If you're not a minority and you think you have not had a part in all the craziness that's happening, you're wrong. And this is not the time for anyone, not black, not white, not Hispanic, anybody. This is not the time in this country for everyone to just act like nothing is happening. You gotta be a part of this some way. Now maybe you're like me. What's the way? What? How can I help out? How can I make this better? We just gotta stop ignoring it. And I don't know that 100% of the way. I don't know what to do my darn self. But we gotta understand and realize that doing nothing is just as bad as having racism, negativity in your heart, because you can't get rid of all the racism and negativity that's out there. Some people going to live with that the rest of their lives. But what you can do is be a big factor and be such a factor that little racism and negative energy, it doesn't even bother. It doesn't even affect our community. We put things in place where they can't get to these public forums, these public events, or get the cops. We got to get better systems in place. They can't. With the cops and the people in cars, we got to. Body cam fell off. Unacceptable. Body cam can't fall off. Or put better cameras in place. Or get every car to have a camera on it or something like that. Or make it mandatory that a person have to pull out their phone for every traffic violation. Do something. Create an app. Record and everything. I know that's a lot, but we got to put out the funds. This is serious stuff we're dealing with. I'm just trying to throw out some solutions. I'm trying to figure this out myself and figure out how can I get involved. I'm just saying, the time for acting like nothing can be done and the time for you to say you can't, make a difference is over. That's over. From celebrities on down to the normal common folk like self. We all got to realize that the racism and this police brutality, that ain't going nowhere. It's been here since America has existed. It ain't going nowhere. We got to figure out ways to get together. And while you on your vacation or wherever you might be, you got to think about this now. While you live that life way over yonder, the people in these hoods struggling, who feel like the system has failed them. No way for them to get out. No way for them to we killing each other. I'm not making excuses for that. My people need to cherish their lives more. My people need to come together and value our lives more in these hoods. Yes, that's true. We need to start getting together and getting on everybody about every crime. We need to get on Twitter about like how we did Alton Sterling. We need to get on Twitter about that for every crime. Every time somebody's killed, we need to call somebody out on that. And I don't care if it's black on black, woman on woman, white on white. I don't care what it is. We need to start calling everybody out on every crime, male on male. I don't care. Yes, we need to do that. What I am also saying is that as people, you can no longer ignore things that are happening within your community. We cannot ignore things happening. We all gotta stand up, come together as one, and understand that this ain't gonna get better if you just be quiet. Be quiet. Being quiet is no longer the solution. It was never the solution, but you just can't do it anymore. You're gonna keep hearing stories about, loved ones losing families, losing fathers in their homes. Yes, my people got to do better at cherishing their own life. Yes, I will be the first to admit that. But look at the system. We feel as though we can't win. Somebody tried to argue me the other day is, y'all kill each other. Why y'all, that's one of the most common things you'll see from somebody who's not a minority. Y'all kill each other every day. Why y'all don't get, well, hell, if we in a race, if me and you racing against each other, right, and you start halfway to the finish line and I'm all the way back here at the starting point, not If I'm faster than you, regardless, if I'm a better worker, if I'm more business minded than you, if I have a better plan than you, or I'm comparing two things right now. If I have a better plan than you, or even if I'm faster than you in this race, you're probably still gonna win. If I'm a better businessman than you, I have a better pitch. If you have more money than me, you're probably gonna win. What the point I'm trying to make is we ain't starting at the same starting point. You got wealth. I don't have that. I don't have the luxury of having that. Hell, you can still tie my grandma and great-grandma to slavery. Wealth is something that's passed down from generation to generation. You can't expect us to have the same starting points, and it's just not okay for us to ignore it. We keep saying this, my country, 'tis of these, the old land of the free and all that. Well, you say we free, but it feels like slavery. If I got to work a 9 to 5 every day of my life. This real situations out here, work at a factory my entire life. Never see a management position in my life. Slave my entire life. I worked in them Nike factories. From Memphis, I done worked in them Nike factories. I done seen 55, 60-year-olds. My mama worked in custodial. I done seen it all. Still working to this day. Miss me with that. You got people who don't even believe they can ever get to the other side of this thing because we ain't starting at the same starting point. And I'll finish with that. We can all make a difference. I still got optimism in this world. I still believe we can make a difference. I really do. I believe change can come. I really do. But it's got to start with everybody understanding and realizing that just doing no is no longer the answer.
I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my interview, my performance, or maybe it was a feature story. Now, right now, you can either subscribe to my channel or you can watch other performances. Thank you for taking the time out. It's MrTeleferro.com. After seeing Drake's